From a humble fishing village to the world's largest metropolis, this is the extraordinary story of Tokyo, a city that has risen from ashes not once, but twice, to become the beating heart of modern civilization. Before the neon lights and towering skyscrapers, there was only this, a quiet fishing village called Edo, where simple fishermen cast their nets into the bay. But one man saw something more. Samurai Lord Taita Dogen looked upon the swampy marshland and envisioned a fortress that would change Japan forever. Construction of Edo Castle began, a modest fortress that would eventually become the largest castle complex the world had ever seen. The castle stood as a symbol of power in the turbulent Sengoku period, but Edo's true destiny was still a century away. Enter Tokugawa Ieyasu, the man who would unify Japan and transform a backwater village into the center of the world's most powerful empire. At Sekigahara, over 160,000 samurai clashed in the battle that would determine Japan's fate. Ieyasu's victory was absolute. In 1603, Ieyasu was declared shogun, and he made a decision that would reshape Japan. He moved the government to Edo. Edo Castle was rebuilt on an unprecedented scale. Its main tower stood 51 meters tall, the largest castle keep in Japanese history. Daimyo lords were required to maintain residences in Edo. The city exploded with growth as samurai, merchants, and artisans flooded in. The Sankin Kotai system brought constant processions of lords and their retinues, transforming Edo into a city of perpetual spectacle. Yoshiwara, the famous pleasure quarter, became a world unto itself. Here, money could buy anything, and art flourished in unexpected ways. Kabuki theater captivated the masses with its dramatic storytelling. In Edo, entertainment became an art form that defined Japanese culture. Nihonbashi became the heart of commerce, the official center from which odd distances in Japan were measured. Edo was now the world's largest city. By 1721, Edo's population exceeded 1 million, surpassing London and Paris. It was the largest city on Earth. But Edo faced a terrifying enemy. Fire, the Great Fire of Meireki, killed over 100,000 people and destroyed half the city. Yet from ashes, Edo rose again, rebuilt with wider streets and fire breaks. The city's resilience would become legendary. In 1853, Commodore Perry's black ships shattered 250 years of isolation. Japan would never be the same. The Treaty of Kanagawa forced Japan open to the world. Ancient traditions collided with industrial modernity. The young Emperor Mutsuhito, later known as Meiji, rose to power with a radical vision to transform Japan into a modern nation capable of standing against Western powers. In September 1868, the emperor moved to Edo and renamed it Tokyo, the eastern capital. A new era had begun. Edo Castle became the Imperial Palace. The samurai era was over, and Japan would modernize with breathtaking speed. Japan's first railway connected Tokyo to Yokohama in 1872. The nation was racing toward the future. Ginza was rebuilt in brick after a devastating fire, becoming Japan's showcase of Western modernization. At the Rokumaken, Japan's elite embraced Western customs to prove they deserved equal treatment among nations. In 1890, Japan established Asia's first constitution and parliament. Tokyo was becoming a modern world capital. Victory against Russia in 1905 stunned the world. Japan had defeated a European power, proving the Meiji transformation complete. The Taisho era brought unprecedented modernization. Streetcars crisscrossed the city. Tokyo was electric with possibility. Asakusa became the entertainment capital. Cinema, theater, and the modern girl culture flourished in this Jazz Age paradise. At 11:58 a.m. on September 1st, 1923, the ground beneath Tokyo began to shake. What followed was apocalyptic. The earthquake triggered a firestorm that killed over 100,000 people. Tokyo was reduced to ashes for the second time. 70% of Tokyo's buildings were destroyed. 2 million people were left homeless. The city lay in ruins. But Tokyo's spirit was unbreakable. The emperor himself toured the ruins, and the city began to rebuild immediately. Within 5 years, a new Tokyo emerged. More modern, more resilient, built for the 20th century. Tokyo Station, modeled after Amsterdam's Central, symbolized Japan's arrival as a modern nation. The city was back. But dark clouds gathered. Military nationalism gripped Japan, and Tokyo would soon face its greatest test. On December 7, 1941, Japan attacked Pearl Harbor. Tokyo had set in motion events that would lead to its own destruction. As war raged across the Pacific, Tokyo prepared for the unthinkable. Air raid drills became routine. In March 1945, over 300 B-29 bombers appeared in Tokyo's skies. What followed was the deadliest air raid in human history. Over 100,000 civilians perished in a single night. 16 square miles of Tokyo were reduced to ash. Tokyo, once the world's largest city, had been destroyed again. On August 15th, the emperor's voice was heard for the first time. Japan surrendered. The war was over. General Douglas MacArthur arrived to oversee Japan's occupation. Tokyo's next transformation would be its most radical. Under American occupation, Japan adopted a new constitution, women's suffrage, and democracy. The old order was gone forever. From absolute devastation, Tokyo began its third resurrection. This time, it would rise higher than ever before. The Korean War brought massive American orders. Tokyo's factories roared back to life, launching an economic miracle. The 1960 Seoul Olympics announced Japan's return to the world stage. Tokyo had risen from the ashes to host the greatest show on Earth. The Shinkansen bullet train revolutionized travel. Tokyo was now just hours from Osaka. Japan was building the future. Tokyo Tower, built from melted Korean war tanks, became the symbol of Japan's phoenix-like rebirth. Ginza transformed into a luxury shopping paradise. Japan's economic miracle was in full swing. Japanese electronics conquered the world. Sony, Panasonic, Toyota Tokyo became synonymous with innovation and quality. By 1989, Tokyo's Imperial Palace grounds were worth more than all of California. The bubble seemed unstoppable. Then the bubble burst. The Nikkei crashed, property values collapsed, and Japan entered its lost decade. In 1995, a terrorist cult released sarin gas in Tokyo's subway, killing 13 and injuring thousands. The city's peace was shattered. The lost decade stretched on. Many wondered if Tokyo's glory days were behind it. But Tokyo adapted. Youth culture flourished, technology advanced. The city found new ways to reinvent itself. Akihabara transformed from electronics market to the global capital of anime and otaku culture. Tokyo created new industries from creativity. Tokyo Skytree rose 635 meters of the tallest structure in Japan, signaling that Tokyo was reaching for the future once again. The 2011 earthquake and tsunami devastated Japan. Tokyo swayed, but stood firm and led the national recovery effort. The Fukushima nuclear disaster tested Japan's resolve. Tokyo faced its challenges with characteristic determination. In 2011, Tokyo won the bid for the 2020 Olympics, a chance to show the world its resilience once more. Then came COVID-19. Tokyo's famous crowds vanished. The Olympics were postponed. The city faced yet another crisis. The Tokyo Olympics finally happened in 2021 in empty stadiums, a testament to human perseverance against impossible odds. Today, Tokyo continues to reinvent itself. Shibuya Sky offers breathtaking views of a city that never stops evolving. TeamLab Borderless represents Tokyo's endless creativity, where technology and art merge into something entirely new. At Sensoji Temple, with Skytree towering behind, you see Tokyo's essence, ancient tradition, and cutting-edge modernity in harmony. Shinjuku Station handles 3.6 million passengers daily, more than any station on Earth. Tokyo's systems work with breathtaking precision. Only in Tokyo can you find robot restaurants and maid cafes alongside centuries-old shrines. This city defies categorization. Tokyo plans to become carbon neutral by 2050. The city that rose from ashes is now fighting to save the planet. Today, Tokyo is home to over 500,000 foreign residents. The once isolated city has become truly global. From fishing village to the world's largest metropolis, Tokyo has burned, crumbled, and risen. 3 times destroyed, 3 times reborn. This is Tokyo, a testament to human resilience, creativity, and the unconquerable spirit of a people who refuse to stay down. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel.